So I kind of want to give you guys like a little bit of insight as to why I think Ben Avery is so on this whole Jeff Dye train, right? I found this to be very interesting. And somebody actually brought this to my attention. I'm not going to claim this, but my source right now wants to remain confidential. So I will do them that solid and keep them that way. But it is someone that was heavily involved in the Discord, Lemon Party Discord, and was very close with a lot of the moderators in there. So I'm starting to get a lot of juice. I just want to make sure I put it all together. But this person told me how they had suspected that Ben kind of like gets his new obsessions based off of like other shows that he's on and who they're talking shit about on their shows. One example being Brett Gelman. We talked about this earlier. Ben has this obsession, or he had a really big one when he first started that show. And even Lemon Party, they would talk a lot about how he doesn't like Brett Gelman. They talk a lot of shit about Brett Gelman. And this person that pointed this out to me was like, yeah, that all started right after Sam Hyde had fucking Ben Avery on his show, and how Sam Hyde was talking about how he has beef with Brett Gelman. And how he doesn't like Brett Gelman, right? Mm-hmm. And I go, okay, but that could just be like a one-off, you know, what's the whole deal? And you think to yourself, there's this term that they have in skateboarding. They say 2 to make it true, right? It's if you land a trick once, that might have just been luck. 2 times landing it, you do 2, that makes it true. You know what I mean? They say 2 to make it true, right? And I find that to be truthful in this situation. Ben did the Brett Gelman thing. That's a one-off, right? But then Ben was on this show called After Tonight. It's a smaller, they're bigger than us, but they're a smaller in comparison show. They're a late-night comedy show. They do it live. They cover a lot of these same guys. The same kind of shit, anti-comedy, right? And it's not a bad show. They got a fucking really decent following. We need to hook up with those guys, I'll tell you what, you know? Mm-hmm. But these After Tonight guys, they did like a whole thing on Ben Avery. They talked shit on him, and then they had... Ben Avery. Jeff Dye. I apologize. They did a whole thing on Jeff Dye. Talked shit on Jeff Dye, and then Jeff Dye called into their show, and they interviewed him, right? And that's kind of what got their, like, start in the game. People were like, oh, well, if they're fucking with Jeff Dye, and you know what I mean? That kind of got them a little bit of a following. But that whole thing led to them shitting on Jeff again, and he's like, you know, now they kind of smoothed it out, but Jeff probably still doesn't like them, that whole deal. But right after that happened, they had Ben Avery on, these After Tonight guys, and they interviewed Ben, and they told Ben about it. I want to show you guys that. This is kind of where I feel like the whole Jeff Dye, Ben Avery thing started. So this is After Tonight.
Exactly.
Right? This is, I think this guy's name is like Tommy Afters or something like that. I think, isn't that crazy to have a last name Afters like that? You know, it's like, you didn't go to court to change that, my man. You know what I mean? Hair's looking a little too perfect, too, up top. I don't like that. I don't like that. I do like it. I wish it was me. I'm projecting. So this is After Tonight. I don't know who this guy is, but see the little Jeff Dye in the background? Look at these guys, you know, keeping it real. But this is it. Look, they're about to tell Ben. Ben didn't even know about this before coming on the show. He never watched he probably watched a couple, but he didn't know about the Jeff Dye stuff. They told him about it. Watch.
No, yeah. Can you guys hate comedy podcasts, right? You guys hate comedy. You're like an anti type of show, right?
Yeah, I would say that's a good way to put it. I mean, we might be hating podcasts. Yeah.
Come on, let's talk Jeff Dye. Who are we going to talk? Let's talk
Jeff Dye. Well, Jeff Dye, former guest on this show. We loved Jeff.
Now, see, Ben is saying that as like a joke because Red Bar at the time, right around this time, was covering Jeff Dye. The DUI story was starting to come out, right? So Ben kind of like just happened to throw a dart and hit the target. He just was saying it just to talk smack, right? Just randomly.
Well, that, and it's in the background. He's been looking at that.
So maybe that also. I'm sorry, I didn't even put that together. You're the best. This is why we love Ashley.
Hey, Ashley.
So he's probably staring at this too, to your point. So he goes, let's talk some Jeff Dye. Let's talk some shit, right? He doesn't even realize these guys. Immediately they go, Jeff Dye, former guest on the show. Now watch Ben's reaction to this.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, Jeff Dye called. That's how we really made our bones in this business. Jeff Dye got furious at us for our coverage. It's on YouTube now, everybody. Jeff Dye versus us. And,
so he called in because he was mad about what you were saying about him?
Yeah, we released a video. It's a long story, but we released a video about him doing rallies for Trump. He got mad. He asked to call in. We called in. It made a big stink on the internet. We've been blasted all over the place, but we patched things up, but he's not a big fan of us anymore.
See, so now in my opinion, this is the genesis. This is kind of where all this Jeff Dye shit started, right?
Okay.
Now, this video came out 6 months ago. If you were to go to the actual date that this was posted, I think on their site or on their YouTube channel page, I was looking at the date. October 20th. This was posted October 20th, 2025, right? Now, this is Ben's first time ever retweeting Jeff. And in the rant that we talked about, the rant that we just covered, at one point, Ben says, I never even did anything to you, Jeff. All I did was retweeted some of your posts online, and then all of a sudden you started talking shit about me, right? This is the first retweet of Jeff's on Ben's shit, right? I want to go to the quotes and the reposts because Ben's repost is going to be on here. So Ben reposted it, right? It was Ben's repost was like, not October. It was the next month. What's that? October, November, right? It was like November 10th. So it was like 1 month after being on After Tonight, he started retweeting Jeff's stuff. And I had to scroll all the way down to fucking like find it on Ben's timeline. And it sucks. I accidentally clicked the wrong copy link. I copied like the actual tweet rather than Ben's retweet of it. But it was like November 8th or something like that. So it was literally 1 month after being on After Tonight and hearing about it. So then he probably starts watching the podcast, telling Devin and Jace about it from Lemon Party. Oh man, this is so funny. These guys talk shit about it. Then he gets this new internet obsession, and now Ben is essentially making a career off of shitting on Jeff. So it's like very funny to me because everything that Ben is talking about, he's essentially doing right now. He's talking all the shit. He's essentially obsessing over Jeff, and he's complaining that Jeff is doing that to him. It's like Jeff is, I as far as I know, I'm not like subscribed to Jeff's Patreon or anything, so I don't know fully, but the whole thing just sounds very sus to me.
Yeah, it seems like Jeff's just being kind of normal about it.
Yeah, I mean, as normal as someone can be, right? He talks a little bit of shit back on his show. He has a platform, quote unquote, and he uses it, and that's it. And he moved on. It was like, end of story.